Hello, and welcome to the Telethon. I'm Christ King of Vampire Village, also known as Vampire Werewolf for the future. I'm going to be doing a few poems for you. Some of these are poems, some of these are songs broken down into spoken word form because there's only so much poetry I actually have that's been published and finished. I make music a lot faster. I'm going to start out with a poem that was kind of popular when I first did it, Numb Paradise. So here we go. Angelic and elegant, with intelligence that's relevant to my prevalence, heavenly seldom to my delicate. She is the celebrant of my love's resonant. Our paradise is infected with butterflies and parasites that tear her vice away like night to day. Still she tries to fight away the light that evades her sheer fear of attachment. Still we fight to find bandage to our mutual damages, addicted to the magic that I add to her touch when she's sad, but can trust my hands that she touches with such sadness and happiness as if all her feelings contradict in a run of madness. But it doesn't matter, cause whatever happens, happens, and she's happily wrapped in her wings that I heal. Every time we sing our spiel, but still I feel she won't let me in. As if she fears the emptiness she's always wanted to fill will actually disappear for real, and she won't be numb anymore, and the door to her core would be open to explore. As if I would actually hurt her when she's the only thing that nurtures these burns and scars. As if she isn't sure my heart is forever hers to hold and to confer her soul apart from the parts of me that become hard to reach. When I become harder from a scar ceiling she starts revealing when I look away. Because she wants me to stay and wants me to wait, because all of the weight of her faith begins falling away when we grace our lust for something that numbs the pain, but just not today. Because she's not ready to let go, but she promises tomorrow we will end the sorrow. But the day passes and she hides in her absence of glances and words, awkward to the altered state of bothered consciousness she conjured to stop her from falling any farther in love with her knight in shining armor. She runs away. And I become a slave to my deficiencies that were once replaced with their efficiencies until I can't breathe, because I can't sleep, because I can't dream. Simply because that's what she was to me. And now I'm the one who doesn't know what he wants. And I'm the one in this numb paradise. That girl was in the front row when I did that poem. So that's how that went. I wrote this a few years later. Dear 13-year-old me. This one, it's not popular, but got some good reviews. Dear, I haven't done this in so long, oh my god. Dear 13-year-old me. That is the 4th time you've worn that shirt this week. Dear 13-year-old me, I know you've been through hell and back, and sometimes you don't really feel like you're actually back. And like none of your friends or family really have your back, and it's true. You have enemies. People so broken, they envy you for being whole, for putting yourself back together from scratch like you've been doing it your whole life, because you have been. But remember, you are loved, Nicholas. Remember, you are a light on a Christmas tree, and without you blinking, nothing would be the same. You are part of what makes everything perfect and together. If it wasn't for your glow, plants would never grow. If it wasn't for your rain, nothing would cleanse your home of dirt and miserable mistakes. If it wasn't for the way you wake up every morning with love in your heart and hands unclenched, open with guidance for even the blind when you can barely see the beauty in your own reflection. You look in the mirror like a train wreck, like something so ugly you know you should look away, yet you can't. But your little brother, he looks up to you like a flower to the sky, and there are going to be people that look at you like there's a universe in your eyes, and they want to astral project into your very being and explore every secret, every part of you that you've been keeping hidden away in shame. I know that you don't think you have the strength to run the races ahead of you. And so you carve scars into your skin because you feel your heart will never mend, the hurt will never end. Powerless, so you want to put an end to you, but you are infinite. You are so alive, and now it's just not the right time for you to die. I know you think you'll never smile again. But I'm 17 now, and I'll admit, there are mornings where I'm just mourning the death of my dreams. Nights where nightmares have clouded the skies that I slumber underneath. Mornings where it feels like I got too drunk and I passed out with a vampire and she sucked all the blood out of me while I was asleep, leaving me empty and weak like I'm moments, seconds away from death, so close I could stick my tongue down her throat and grab her ass. But Nicholas, I'm still not religious, but there were days where I wake and I'm so in love with the way the sun rises. You would think I'm singing about how it's the Son of Christ that has risen. Nicholas, I know you think you're nothing special and you can't do nothing right, but very few people have the courage to look the devil in the eyes and tell him he's wrong. You have always been right. Nicholas, is true, you have been crucified. But you can forgive their sins as yours as well, because you're a magician casting spells on everything that you grace. You are an ecstasy in a world full of straight edges, drug addicts, and hippies, and they all have enough tolerance for the psychedelic electricity in your veins to get the world high off smoke born out of your self-destructive epiphanies. There was too much good in today for you to make anything of yesterday. If you make anything of the hate you hold, make it so that it helps you appreciate the love that exists. If you just summon the courage to look for it within, if you just have the courage to forgive, if you would take that first step into the light and just let your eyes adjust, if you would just wake up. Because you've been sleepwalking. But there are things more beautiful than you could ever dream. Trust me, this world is amazing. Trust me. It's true. Yo, one day you will believe in me, like I believe in you. This poem I wrote around the time I wrote that poem. I wrote this for my big sister, basically about how much I love her. She went to a ballet school in some other city when she was like 11, and she did that for a long time. She would visit, but she would always go back, and it wasn't good for her mental health. So this is dedicated not just to her, but to anyone who's ever had any body image issues or eating issues or anything like that. You're not alone. I've been there too. So she doesn't really know where she wants to go in life. As gorgeous as her soul is, most of the time you'll find her watching Dr. Phil, trying to fill the holes in her soul with the light radiating off of the television set, because most of her life people are telling her lies and visions of who she ought to be dead in their eyes, but those very same eyes were blind to the fact that she is full of magic. That she can trick the world into letting her be whatever it is she wants to achieve. Those very same eyes were blind to the fact she had her own sight. That was until they put blindfolds over her eyes while she was still just a baby, craving to see new sights to seize, new dreams to dream, new nights without crying herself to sleep, new meanings to find in herself and the rest of the world that enveloped her like a first kiss on the lips of consciousness. They screamed into her ears all the things she could never be, till she was deaf to the sound of her own unique abilities. Deaf. Keep in mind, she was already blind and she couldn't see, but now she was so deaf she couldn't hear herself breathe, so she lived her life assuming she was already dead, but the demons were all too consuming and she couldn't reach for an angel's hand to take her to heaven, so she was left forsaken to God like Satan, when her only sin was being too young to understand the dangers of the environment she was in. Stolen from her home, from herself, alone in the hell that enveloped her when she she bled out from when they shot her right in the heart of her being, bleeding, and all they could do was critique her for the bloodstains on her tutu. All they could do was objectify her body. The only home she had been left telling her she had to purge up her inside, so there was nothing of her left till she was just a skeleton, dancing to the melody of the bittersweet verbal abuse that left her confused as to why the music didn't sound like music anymore, confused as to why the dancing that was once so enchanting felt like pulling puppet strings on a corpse, but behind closed doors. Behind the Halloween costume they made her wear to celebrate the monsters that haunted that little girl's nightmares, she is sleeping peacefully, soon becoming lucid, and knowing that one day she will wake and everything will be okay, and day by day she takes a step further towards the world she left behind oh so many years ago, when her soul feels even closer to the home it was taken from, and day by day. The blindfold looses his grip on her vision, beginning to slip, and peeks a bright light right through the crevices, right into her dilated pupils day by day. The echoes of what the devils would say begin to fade until she can only hear her own voice. And she says she doesn't know exactly who she is yet, or where she wants to go. But whatever and wherever she ends up, she will know that she is beautiful. I gotta read that one because I don't listen to it a lot, I don't practice it a lot, you know. This was the first song I did under a different name when I just started the first album for Vampire Village. I was gonna originally do this under like a solo name, like aside from the project, but I just ended up putting it on the album. So, Talking to God. Well, I'm in love with my pain. She drives me fucking insane, like a razor blade cut just to gush from my veins. I fall in love hard. Sometimes I'm off guard, but I like it that way because I've come so far. And I'm smarter than I look. Don't know how to cook, but I've written a million books, and I've never been a crook in crooked ways, just to change like the night into the day. Maybe I can change my ways, maybe pave a way to play, living fast when I can, know when to slow it down. I've been the young man dressed in black, and I want a majestic crown, I've been a king, been a peasant, been a clown, I've been a fucking worm just to find my way out, so help me find a way out, just help me find that key. I'll show you what your dreams can mean, just please believe in me, cause everybody knows something that you don't know, and if you gave me a mic, I might just steal the show so slow. Talking to God and I'm talking to the devil. Talking to God and I'm talking to the devil. Talking to God and I'm talking to the devil. I'm talking to God. Flashbacks of panic attacks, fast to react. Crash the fucking glass class, have a fucking cat nap, sell your fucking soul, wake up a young Virgin Mary. At first it felt so cold, but then it turned all fucking merry. The night before Christmas, I kissed my devil. I feed her fables from my lips, but I know I'm in trouble. She only loves the darkness that my innocence imposes. She fucking hates it, she fucking knows this is hopeless. Maybe if I stand just a little bit closer to the edge, maybe then they'll be filled with sorrow and regret. I drink my potion, and it does a trick for now until I'm drowning in an ocean and I can't find my way out. As my sanity, it slips like quicksand so quick. I get so cancerous and twisted, cannibalistic, ballistic, smiling like I'm Kurt Cobain. Maybe if I blow my brains, I played my role in my game. Nothing really left to say. Bang. Talking to God and I'm talking to the devil. Talking to God and I'm talking to the devil. Talking to God and I'm talking to the devil. Talking to God. Here's another song I'm doing as a poem. Some people really like this one. This one's Princess Lilith. I can't even say her name. Lilith. I just want to be the one that's there. Just be the one that cares, girl, you're just so fair, it's unfair, no I wouldn't dare try to corrupt that, try to fuck up that, just know that I don't look back, don't wanna make you look bad, you look sad with your makeup running down your face, trying to cover up the blood stains that you never made, devils in your head, trying to steer you wrong, let me sing a song instead, let me help you move along, swear that I was born a soldier with a sword in my hand, my mind plagued with this disorder, but I can sorta get it at the end of the day, it's all about the peace and love, learn to leave the hate alone, all you'll ever need is trust. Try to wake up before the sun sets, time to address. I can confess, I can neglect, but I try to make it make sense. All we ever know is God, all we know is holding on, all we know is letting go and learning how to mosey on. Ain't nobody gonna come back and pick you up, learn to stand up like a man, and motherfuck these dumb fucks, they don't understand love, they don't understand us, but I swear I'm man enough, man, I'm never giving up. What? So would you die for the woman that you love? Because I cry every night just wishing we could touch. And would you lie if a lie wasn't enough? Because I lie every night in my mind wondering why I'm fucked. And if I let you in, and if I let you in, would you resist, would you sin, would you slit my wrists? I don't know the difference, but I do know this, all it takes to save a princess is just one long kiss. All it takes to save a princess is just one long kiss. She keeps my mind fine, she keeps my claws sharp. Soul full of limelight, eyes full of dark art. Angel in disguise to make me make it right. And I'll never let her soul go, never let her die. Trying, the world is so cold, the world that never cares. The flowers never grow because no one's ever there. But she speaks to me, can feel the reach for me. And when she sticks beneath my skin, I dream that we are free to see. I dreamed a couple dreams, and I've seen a couple things, but nothing compares to you. You're everything I need, and so I worship you. Decorate your light with gold, I want to torture you, because your light is all I've known. No, so would you die for the woman that you love? Because I cry every night just wishing we could touch. And would you lie if a lie wasn't enough? Because I lie every night in my mind, wondering why I'm fucked. And if I let you in, and if I let you in, would you resist? Would you sin? Would you slit your wrists? I don't know the difference, but I do know this: all it takes to save a princess is just one lone kiss. All it takes to save a princess is just one lone kiss. So that's off my first album, which is a couple years old. Here's a newer poem. I'll meet you in heaven. I'll meet you in heaven, child of God. After all your sins against me have been cast away. After all of the bitter memories of my reactions become excuses, then reasons, then nothingness, I'll meet you in heaven, child of goddess. You didn't always see the goddess in you, but you were a goddess. They say when I die, I'll go back to her, the other chick that left me out to burn, but our love is stronger than that. I'll meet you in heaven, where we won't have to worry about the past. I'll embrace you, hug you, kiss you, I'll give you your ring, sing my songs to you, my poems, make you blush. Your green eyes will taint me, your voice will shake me, your accents, your light body, your soul, spirit, egoless, pure in form, no longer corrupted and ugly, like a really rotten, infected scar, like a war-torn widow, like a mother with a head tumor, like a little boy with a strict father who just wants to believe in goddess. He's got no mother. God let the devil steal that from him too, but then he found you, and then he found you, and you promised to foster him, then killed him off and shipped him off again, back to square one, defeated dreams, depleted heart, wrecked with sorrow. I'll meet you in heaven. I might even get there by tomorrow. I'll meet you in heaven. I'll stalk you until the day you die, and then I'll go with you. Believe me, I can do it. The internet is a shady place, and girls like you get around on it. You leave a trace in your distaste, the way you want to embrace the world but hide from its face. That's how I found you inside my maze. I got like you stuck, but now I'm alone and I've got nowhere to go but home. I'll meet you in heaven. I'll see you there by the Christmas tree glistening. I'll meet you in heaven, where every day is Halloween. I'll meet you in heaven, my queen. I thought I would have a little bit more material. That's all I got. Hope you enjoyed. All my poems are on a playlist on my YouTube, Vampire Village. If you go to my Vampire Village, go on my playlist, you'll find my poetry, and you'll find my first album. And some other shit just uploaded outside of the playlist. So remember to donate. I'd like to thank my buddy Cloud for giving me this opportunity, telling me about it. Yeah, blessed be everyone.